The Long Island Arena was not only the center of our hockey activities, it was the center of our teenage world. For the core group of us, the arena was the primary setting of our adolescent memories. Our gang included hockey players, figure skaters, the offspring of arena and team employees, and the rest of the ragtag group of temporary laborers who helped out around the arena. In many ways, this was our hockey place, our workplace, our school, and our clubhouse. And at the center of all the activities in this building was my father, Henry James. From the outside, the place looked more like an oversized tin-roofed barn than a sports and entertainment facility, let alone the biggest such facility that you could find east of New York City at that time. The arena's resemblance to a building you might find on a farm was not completely out of place on Long Island, where the spread of the city's suburbs had only begun to turn the farmland and wooded areas into housing developments. Still, I don't think the arena was purposely built to look like a symbol of Long Island's agricultural history. More likely, it was built in the cheapest manner for getting a roof over 4,000 seats surrounding the main event floor. The amount of work required of my dad at the arena seemed to be never-ending. In addition to running the day-to-day mechanical operations of the arena, my father was responsible for the construction and teardown of the arena floor for the many different types of events held there, from the ice and boards for hockey, to hardwood and hoops for basketball, to stages and floor seating for concerts, to thousands of yards of soil and fencing for the rodeo. For the most part, it was left to my dad to get these tasks done, and done on time, and most importantly, done on the cheap. When it came to adult help, Henry James was alone. To get the job completed, he recruited me and a bunch of other local teenagers, most of whom were drawn to the arena to play hockey. Talk about cheap help. Some of us got a few bucks, but others of us traded our labor for free ice time. None of us had any money to speak of, and the arena kept us busy and, for the most part, out of trouble. It fell to my dad to herd his teenage crew and keep us on task. He was our boss, but he also worked harder than any one of us. I'm not exaggerating when I say that he regularly worked 20 hours a day. He set an example for those who worked under his supervision. Sure, we worked hard too, but not as hard as Henry. We found time to fit some goofing off into our workday. We were teenagers after all. So while we worked hard, we also played hard. One of our group christened us the Scummers, and the name stuck. The Scummers frequently worked odd hours, which meant that the only kids around for socializing when we finished work late at night would be ourselves. As a result, we spent even more time together and became even closer. One friend recently described our experience as Lord of the Flies light. We had each other, and we didn't feel that we were missing out on anything that took place outside our own little community. When you work with your closest friends, things can get a bit crazy on the job. One example of our mixing of work and play took place during an overnight teardown of one event or another. My brother, Hank, was too young to be a full-fledged scummer, but he often helped out around the arena. The work could be tiring, but it was much more so when you were humping fences and seats and whatever else needed humping in the middle of the night. On this night, Hank slipped off into the seating bowl of the arena to rest his eyes for a minute or two. Of course, he fell fast asleep. And when my brother Hank fell asleep, nothing could wake him. Well, almost nothing. One of us had the idea to dress up Hank with whatever accessories had been left behind by that evening's audience. In no time, Hank was snoring away in an old scarf and a trucker's hat. He had an empty booze bottle in his hand and a cigar clenched in his teeth. While we returned to our chores, my father found his snoozing little hobo. It was quickly obvious that we thought the costume was much more amusing than my dad did, who also had some trouble waking my brother. Although he swore he wasn't sleeping, Hank could not explain how he got into the outfit he was wearing. As always, finding